many times before. Nothing unexpected here.
Very exciting. And some of the Apex are kind of moving in, and the Killers too, kind of moving as a pack. This is
Killers staying together. We saw this in the first move. Already some infighting.
That isn't Apex. Is that more infighting?
This is Apex versus Apex. More Apex versus Apex. More Apex versus Apex. And even more. 4 infights from the very beginning. It's a replay of what we've seen before. That's a 5th battle as well.
Wow. That is shocking.
Already one Apex fallen. Already one Apex fallen to an infight. Another infight between the Killers.
The Killers.
Another Apex has fallen to an infight as well.
And that is our first Apex versus Creekside Killers fight. And it'll be interesting to see. This one Apex player has not actually had a single infight yet, so that's very interesting to see.
Already 12-0 up with the fall of 2 Apex in the very beginning due to infighting.
That was a big fight. Could we go back to that fight between the Creekside Killers and the
My apologies,
Apex?
It's just finished off. I'm hoping the fight is about to start here between a killer and an Apex.
I believe that was a killer down.
Is there?
Because I see that Apex walking back now.
I believe both stayed around. It might be a victory for the Apex. I believe the killer is this one in the water running away.
Interesting.
Not to point fingers, not to name names.
But hey, running away in this game is not cowardly. It could mean life or death.
It can mean the difference between victory and a loss. Yes, and points difference is all the matter. Here we have Killer versus Apex.
Another one, nice. This I will say has to be.
Killer takes it.
Killer taking down an Apex. I will say must be worn down from the infighting, but I mean a victory is a victory, and
18-0. The Killers lead the Apex. 2 minutes into the game.
This is shocking.
Odds are never in your favor.
That was a good bite from the Killers. Oh, but the Apex strike back, and the Apex have so much more biting force that it can be really hard for a Creekside Killer to really compare. But they are killers by nature.
Another killer takes down.
Wow. That was a gorgeous neck bite right there, and there's not really much you can do, even if you are bigger. Paralyzing. I'm also watching the fight in our background. I think that's just stopped. Oh no, they haven't. Sorry, I misjudged. And that's a takedown. That is a takedown.
That is another takedown. Yes. That is 5 killer Apex have fallen. 30-0 to the Killers.
I did think this was a close game, but I do predict at least
6
one
Apex
killer
have fallen. My bad, my miscount.
6 Apex have fallen?
6 Apex have fallen to 0 killers.
6 Apex have fallen to 0 killers. They just died to themselves. I understand what you meant, though. Oddly enough, I suspected it was the Killers' 2 bites that were able to make the Apex fall, but they are going for blow.
On top of the hill, another bout. No, it looks like they called it off just in the top left there on that mountainside.
I am very glad to see that the Creekside Killers did not let that affect their mentality. They stuck by it, and I mean, look at them now.
Calling that one off, the killer running away, but obviously this is a battle of attrition and nothing else.
Yep, and if you notice that there is another killer standing right next to him, unharmed, kind of almost ready to take over that fight. Which could be a genius strategy, as maybe they've just watched the Tarantulas employ a very similar strategy and seeing if it works for them. It's better to pick off on some big targets like the Apex than try facing them on one-on-one.
An example of really low health here Stratosaurus only on 2 health. It looks like they are going to be finished by the end of it.
They're going to die in their sleep.
I believe that is going to be the case.
Unfortunate, and I don't believe they'll survive long enough for the time limit to occur. So that might be some points on the board for Apex. I do notice the Apex stats have slowed down considerably.
Yes, they have. I believe that is death. Yes, that is death. One of the killers has fallen.
Okay,
Make
there you
that
go. Now we
2 killers.
This
36
could be
to 12 to the Apex.
Insane comeback for the Apex here. You know, kind of reminding us this is not a dominating fight. These two are equal. These two are on par. The Apex did start off with a bad fight, but I mean, one-on-one, the Apex just dominate. So
of course, I mean, comebacks are possible and they are probable. This sport, anything can happen at any moment.
Yeah, but I think maybe the Killers fans celebrated a little bit too soon. A lot of the Killers are taking naps right now, maybe trying to regain some of that health.
Yes, premature celebration, not something which you ever want to see.
No, not at all.
6 minutes into the conflict. Seems like stuff has calmed down a bit. Bodies lay across.
Almost halfway through.
And we have another bout. On these mountains, they like to contest it.
Yeah, a little bit less infighting now, I noticed. Oh, and that's a finisher.
That is a finisher. And a killer goes down.
That is another killer.
That moves up to 18 for the Apex. Half the score.
36 to 18. Now, can these remaining Apex
That's a little bit inappropriate, so we're going to move away from that.
I mean, the game is the game. It's definitely part of the game. Not something we like to see, but it's part of the game indeed. And that should help him heal up a little bit more. Maybe get him ready for his next fight.
Of course.
The Killers, I feel, should be pouncing and attacking a lot more on these Apex. A lot of them are injured. A lot of them are... There you go.
Yeah, here we go. Conflict in charge.
A big fight. Something... And that's a finisher. Nope, it is not. Sorry, I apologize.
Several fights going on.
Premature celebration right there.
3 fights just at this south edge.
The Apex bite force is just way strong.
Obviously, night has now fallen. We are playing in the dark. No lights to shine the way, but the moon itself as a satellite. Wow. All 3 fights broken up, but we have another one starting right over here.
Now, is that Apex previously damaged by a fight?
It looks like it. You can see the scars on his lower legs and his tail. Yep. His left side is battered and bruised.
That
face has taken a beating.
An advantage to the killer because he looks considerably a lot less injured. But that could be the coloring, you know, kind of giving me a false impression.
Of course, important to point out in that top right, we've seen one of the Apex using their special abilities of their camouflage to get away from some fights. And this one uses it as well, turning a nice dark green color and running away from the fight.
Now, what are the Creekside Killers' special abilities, just to recap to the audience?
They have a horn on the top of their head.
Wow. Wonderful.
Yes. Some people say it can shoot laser beams, other people say it can bring dead dinos back from the grave. But we all know the truth, it's a horn.
I have yet to see any necromancy or laser beams from the Creekside Killers, but you know.
Yes, not much evidence to back up those calls, but you never know.
Yep. These rumors are often spread by conspiracy theorists. There's a lot of them in the fan base, and I think the lead one right now is Nice Rhymer.
Probably. I've heard Madman Max is also on top of these conspiracy theories.
Yeah, but he's a nice guy. Can't really say the same for Nice Rhymer. Nice Rhymer, sorry. I'm sorry for the mispronunciation of the name. My bad. That's Rhymer. And just wanted to.
Obviously a conflict going on. Several of these conflicts ending in dispute, but not death.
Now, I will say the longer this goes, the worse it is for the Creekside Killers, because those Apex can heal up quite fast, and then they're back on their feet, and then one-on-one chances, the Killers stand 0 chance.
Of course, I mean, it's been 10 minutes. We have 5 remaining. So it's all a matter of who can survive at this point. Can the Apex keep it out? Can the Killers get more points? Those are the questions we're asking.
And we haven't seen a single finisher in so long now. It's been constant just call-offs of fights.
Everyone is choosing a conservative path, but you can see injuries being carried all over the place, from concussions to broken claws to everything in between.
The conservative nature of these fights makes total sense, considering both of these teams lost in the first round due to their lack of mindset, constant jumping into fights without preparing first. So I will say there was clearly some words said by the coach, you know, to conserve energy, conserve health.
Talking about conservation, the Killers want to conserve some more points and take down another Apex in the process.
That is wonderful.
Organ trauma for one of the Apex. We've got a concussion for a Killer, another concussion, and another concussion. 3 concussions for 3 consecutive Killers.
Yep, and I will say this is the closest fight we've had again in the NAFDL, and definitely not the match I expected it to be in, considering the statistics. But this is what the NAFDL stands for. These are the fights that you want to see. You know, you don't know whether it's going to go one way or the other way, and it's really exciting to see. So maybe we'll see this level of combat again from some of the. And that's a finisher. That is a finisher. That is another Killer down.
And that is what it's all about. It's all about the back and forth. It's all about the fight in between. 42 to the Killers, 24 to the Apex, and we could still have a comeback on our hands. Only 3 minutes remaining, though. It's all about the time at this point.
And I can tell the Creekside Killers really just want to hold on, maybe avoid fighting, but this one isn't, because he is taking down another Apex.
Apex have run into issues, and they kept on doing so. Killer took advantage of it, and he's taken down again. 48 to the Killers, 24 to the Apex. Killers are leaving no mercy, doubling the points of the Apex at this point.
I mean, you can tell those Killers really want that 3rd place. You know, the ability to at least play in these playoffs and, you know, have a chance, maybe with their new reworks, see if they can fight their rivals again.
But maybe we've talked too soon, and another Killer hits the ground, dead as a fish, as the Apex take control of the situation. Only 18 points off. That's only 3 kills away, with 2 minutes remaining.
What a match this has been. And it's coming down to the wire. How many minutes again, sorry?
2 minutes remaining.
2 minutes, again, to the audience, all 5 people out there. 2 minutes remaining. Low health for who was that?
Low health for, I believe it is the Killer with low health.
This is running away from that fight. He calls it off. He calls it off. That's a smart decision. I can hear the coach right now, just outside of the dome, shouting to the Killers, and I believe he's saying, which roughly, if you translate that, it's conserve your health and stay put. Practically fluent.
Having translation alongside me is obviously one of the best things of having my partner here in commentary, because without him, I don't know what I would do. I would not know what these people are saying.
Yep. Translates to you're welcome.
New conflict just about to break out here. Killer versus Apex. Only 45 seconds remaining on the clock. Is this conflict going to run out, or is the time going to go out first?
This is incredible. And is that a finisher?
Apex take control. Finisher. 20 seconds remaining.
48 to 36. It does look like the Creekside Killers are going to take this, but Apex put up a strong fight to kind of maximize their points, make sure they're not the the worst.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.